yellow dog, I-95's got a smile on his face and big shiny eyes. Up at a decent hour, never ate yet. Got a little Johnny Cash in the old tape deck. Nothing in the trunk but some baseball gloves, pair of jumper cables and a set of golf clubs. Blanket on the back seat, we're in rough shape. Sunroof held on with a bit of duct tape. Looking for a gas station, better make a list. Fill her up with regular, I need to take a sexy girl air freshener. Stacks in a pinwheel, top up the fluids, clean the bugs off the windshield. Not a care in the world, not a how and a why. No destination, not a cloud in the sky. Back on the road, not a moment too soon. Dish ran away with some other spoon. I'm wicked and weird, I'm a road hog with an old dog singing soul songs, trying to hold on. Wicked and weird, I'm a ratfish, trying to practice doing backflips on your mattress. Wicked and weird.
Alright guys, what's up? It's me, fuck's sakes, I gotta put it in drive. It's me, Chevrolet 2000 Malibu owner 2000, that's my name guys, and today we're gonna be test driving our 2000 Chevrolet Malibu. So this baby has some problems. Right now the brakes are a bit weak, they're a bit spongy. So like for example, for the first 80% of pressing, the brakes don't do anything. And then at the 20%, all of a sudden the entire brake supply. So that's the current problem with this car. Also the steering is loose, so sometimes it'll randomly shimmy left or shimmy right. And so I'm just gonna go on a test drive and I'm gonna see what I notice about this car. And I'm going on a road where there isn't a whole lot of other people usually. And if there is anyone else, I'm gonna go really fucking slow. So I'm just gonna talk about what I notice driving this thing. So right now I'm going about 30. I'm going about 30 right now. The steering wheel is straight. The steering wheel is straight. It's starting to turn left a little bit. I corrected it by turning right. It's straight again. And if it's kind of losing control, I'm pressing on the brakes. The right back is shimmying right. I'm going straight again. And the back of the car is shimmying right, or the front of the car is shimmying left. I cannot tell. The car is shimmying though, it is swaying. And the steering wheel is straight again. Looks like this time it's shimmying right. I should slow down. And I'm gonna make a right turn up here. Again, the back of the car is shimmying, or the front of the car, I cannot tell. Something is shimmying though. Press on my brakes hard here. I'm gonna make a right turn. Gonna go very smooth. Not gonna go faster than about 30. Because if I go faster than 30, something bad could happen, and I don't want to get into an accident right now. Anyways, so I'm going straight. Steering wheel is straight again. Should be straight dead center. And the front of the car is shimmying left. Front of the car is swaying left a little bit. I'll correct it by turning right slightly. Car is swaying left again. Corrected it by turning right, or trying to. Car is starting to sway left slightly, but right now it seems pretty smooth. I'm just not going to go too fast. I did check the tie rods and stuff, and the ball joints, the wheel bearings, everything seems fine, including the control arms. So my only theory is that the steering column could be loose. It's kind of hard to inspect that though, because the steering column is entirely hidden by the subframe, and of course the subframe holds the engine and the transmission and the driveline and all that shit. So if I remove the subframe, that's gonna be a hell of a job, and that might not even be the steering column that's the problem. And my teacher told me that a loose steering column is not a problem that happens naturally, so it could be something else. Even though I checked like the control arms and stuff and the wheel bearings, and that shit seemed fine. The tires are a little unevenly inflated because the car has been sitting for a while. Like the front left tire, that tire's more underflated. I think it's about like 20 psi, and the right one's probably at about like 28. Anyways, so the car's going pretty normally right now. I feel pretty safe driving this thing right now, as long as I don't go too fast. Like I could drive this thing to town and drive it to the shop. I could do that, but I'd have to go pretty fucking slow. But this thing is road safe enough to drive there, just I'd have to go on a back road and go extra slow. This thing is safe to drive, but if I can find out some way to tighten up the steering, then I'd feel a lot better going to town. Anyways, so I should probably go slow here because this is a turn and my steering isn't very reliable. But this thing is a fucking beauty. This is a really good car. It's very gorgeous. It's a very roomy interior, very cozy interior. Another little quirk is that I don't have like a windshield wiper function on my multi-switch. That doesn't work, so I have to use this stupid little knob down here. I have to use that little tiny silver knob down there to turn them on. And it just turns them on to full blast. So I have one setting, full blast or nothing. So my windshield wipers are pretty cool. Anyways, now my windshield is a bit foggy. I cannot really see through it. The camera's having a better time than me. I'm glad that my brakes work because a while ago my rear brakes and my front brakes, every single brake was completely fucking seized. I don't even know how that happened because I was just letting the car sit for 6 months and I tried to drive it and the brakes were seized and then the car would overheat if anything happened. Or the brakes would overheat if I did any driving at all. So it was pretty bad. So I bought some new calipers and some new wheel cylinders. I put those on and now the brakes work fine. I flushed the brakes and I bled them twice. But the first 80% of braking or so, it's pretty dead. And then the last 20% is just full braking. So I'm not sure what I did there. Maybe I gotta tighten the master cylinder down. Maybe there's a bit of free play in the push rod of, what the fuck is it called? Of the power booster. Maybe there's like some free play there because I did take off the master cylinder as part of my diagnosing process. You know, like it almost just feels like I'm on ice because this car is front wheel drive, but as I drive around it just feels like sometimes randomly the back will sway to the right or the left, or the front will sway to the left. It kind of seems like that's the trend though. It kind of seems like the front is swaying to the left more than anything, and it seems like the back is swaying to the right. So maybe it's not a loose steering column, maybe it's like something on the left side. I don't know, I gotta look at it a bit more though, but I'm feeling pretty safe driving this thing. I'm not really having any problems. I wish my windshield wasn't so fucking messy because I'm having trouble seeing through this thing. Like the phone can see fine, but I can't. Nah, see, I'm just doing a little test drive around the block, seeing what I notice and shit. There's a hill coming up here, a downhill, and I'm really gonna try not to go too fast on it. I like this car though because it has a reasonable RPMs. It's a V6. This baby's a V6, it has 170 horsepower, and I think it's got similar torque or something. So it has more horsepower than most cars and more torque than most cars. So it's a really good little car. And also, you know, I don't mean to be a fucking gay teenager, but it's got a vibey ass inside. It's fucking roomy. You know, it's got a fabric interior. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make sure I go slowly here because there is somebody on the side of the road and I want to hit them with my piece of shit. And while you're running, I'm not gonna try and hit you. Oh God. Test driving my piece of shit. There we go, no one was hit. And the car's driving mostly straight. I'm going about 30 right now. Luckily there's no one else on the road, there's just some asshole jogging. I do hear weird like clinking and clanking noises. I don't know if maybe I have like rocks stuck in my exhaust or something. It feels like I have like rocks clanking around, or like 10 mils somewhere in my engine bay or something, or in my exhaust or some shit. Because I can hear things like clinking and clanking around. It goes like clink, clink, clank, clink, clank. Like I'll hear something from up around the front left and I'll hear something from the back right. Anyways, but yeah, the steering seems mostly fine. There's a bit of swaying though. Like right now the steering wheel's turned slightly to the right, but the car is swaying to the left. So what I want to see right now is I want to see if it's always turning left. I don't know, not really worth it. But anyways, so this was our test drive. We're gonna bring this baby home now. I don't really want to turn on the windshield wipers because all that does is make it a bigger fucking mess. But right now the car is driving pretty fine. I like this little car. Like the brakes work fine. The brakes aren't losing power since I last driven them. So I'm not sure what the issue is. Maybe I can talk to my teacher in shop class or something. The car is not really degrading in any ways, not getting worse, but it's also not getting better. I think it was actually swaying a bit worse before, like 10 days ago since I drove it last. I think it was swaying worse before, but it does seem to be a bit more stable now, which I appreciate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive this puppy back into my barn. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this. Slam on the brakes, baby. Go into reverse. And turn this puppy all the way around. Watch my mirror. Make sure I don't hit anything. Giggity, giggity, goo. Turn it back into drive. And now I'm gonna navigate this cocksucker back in my barn. Okay. Back into my barn, my shop in progress. And look at this shit, baby. Look at this. Beautiful. Now we put it in park. We turn our cocksucker off, and there we go, baby. So yeah, that was the ride of my Chevrolet Malibu. It does make some weird noises, which I don't really appreciate. Now I moved this puppy up pretty far. Fuck, I was pretty close there. Oh, too bad. And back it up if I really feel like it. The extra clearance back here is nice. Oh, fuck. I should have been paying attention. I didn't know this. I didn't know I left my fucking car charger, my battery charger so far out. So I gotta reverse this puppy up a little bit. I'm gonna do that right now, but I'm gonna do that off the video. But anyways, this is the Chevrolet Malibu. This is my 2000 Malibu. This is my baby. It's a pretty damn good car. It's a little beast. This thing eats and spits fire. I fucking love this little car. You know, it's roomy, it's groovy, thing's fucking gorgeous. I got all my toys in the back there. I got a new filler neck and pipe because the old one rusted out. I got a new stereo in the back there. I got some old fucking job ads. I have some fucking interior paneling because I tore that out because I was trying to adjust the parking brake. And I forgot to put it back, so it's just in the back there. I got my rim covers. And yeah. Anyways, this is my barn. This is what I got here. It's kind of a shithole right now because I got to clean it up. But I live with someone else and they like to keep their garbage everywhere. Like for example, this fucking lawnmower that never gets used or anything, they want to keep that, so I gotta deal with that. Same with those fucking bins. Here's some of my crap though. Recently I got a new jack. It's a big red. Goes up to 19 inches and 11/16. 7,000 pounds of lifting capacity. Also, I got this little rolling tool tray. I love this little thing. And here's my bike. It has a flat tire in the front. And I don't have any spare bike tires to fix it, or tubes or anything. Also, I really fucking hate dealing with bike tires. Like, it's so annoying trying to pry them off and pry them back on. The tubing and all that. Anyways, here's my little chair. My little workbench for when I feel like jacking off. Here are my blocks. Usually when I lift the car, I use multiple blocks on each side. Just in case one fails for some reason, because these motherfuckers here, these are the tall motherfuckers. They're the ones I used to lift the car initially. After I jack it up with this big motherfucker. Then I'll put like a second row of blocks behind it just in case the first one fails. Because, I mean, I know it's not likely at all, but these things, they're a little unevenly cut, so they might tip or something. But also, just look at this motherfucking jack here I got. Look at this shit. So, tighten this cocksucker up. We got this foot pedal here. Look at this. Look at this baby. Bam. Just like that. It's like halfway up, and then you can fucking torque it to 16, 11 inches, 16, 11, 19, 11, 16, whatever. So it's pretty good. And yeah, I could just use the fucking jack on this thing to get that out of there, frankly. But I do want to reverse the car a little bit too. And is there anything else cool to show in here? Oh yeah, here's all my tools. Here's my Homelight chainsaw. This is an old motherfucker. It's like the Homelight XL12. This thing was manufactured from around 1966 to the mid-1970s, I think. So it's a pretty old chainsaw. It's a fucking beast. It purrs, but it has problems. It overheats really fast. So I gotta work on it. Here's my granny's shitty Yardworks chainsaw. I fucking hate using this thing because it's electric and it doesn't feel very manly to use it. Just a box ram socket, some random wrenches, and just some power tools and shit and other kits. Then I got my main kits of sockets and stuff, and my wrenches. Got some cool tools on the wall. I love this thing. Like look. This is a fucking magnet, right? So there's a little button here. You press this. This is a magnet on the end. And if you press the button down, fucking claws come out to grab whatever the fuck you're trying to grab. And it's a really powerful magnet too. It's really good. So put that back up there. We got an electrician to put new lights in here a little while ago. And after about a month of having the new lights, one burned out instantly. So that's pretty cool. We're not going to give him a call back though. Here's my tire pressure gauge. We got some washers and nuts and screws. I like to save old screws and shit because I don't really have a whole lot, and you know, it makes a difference when you just find that one screw that works in your pile of shitty screws. Extra shit. Here's my stick welder. Here's my parts cleaner. I gotta actually clean this out because I found this outside and there was like a bunch of shit in like bottles and old rags and scuds and gunk and who knows what else. So I gotta clean this out, and then I gotta hook up water inside my barn. I gotta like put a sink in over here where this garbage can is, I think, at some point. And then like get some containers of solution or whatever. I don't know, something to clean my tools and shit. Here's my little workstation. Here's my shitty little jacks, where none of them have like matching handles. All we have is like bits and bobs of random fucking like levers. We gotta match them together to like get anything done. Anyways, yeah, that's my barn here. There's some more blocks and more pieces of wood I play with to block up my car, make sure I don't fucking kill myself when I'm working under it. And got some brake fluid there. Check out this brake fluid. This bottle of brake fluid here I got for free from school, and I use that to flush my brakes. I got two, I think these are full. I got 2 full things of brake fluid here. This one is just slightly full. But yeah, so these babies here, they have never been opened. So there's some clean brake fluid there. We got some car cleaning shit. Don't ask me why I have tissues in the barn. It's a secret. We got my spray lube. We got my WD-40. We got some other shit. I don't even know what the fuck this is. I have a lot of air guns, but I don't have an air compressor. And yeah, my tires, they're a little underflated, unfortunately. And over here, I have just a bunch of old exhaust pipe because the one problem I used to have with this car is that it didn't have an exhaust on it. And it took us about a year, but we finally managed to fucking get the exhaust on after a bunch of dicking around. And there's just some old exhaust pipe and pieces just in case. I guess I'm turning into a bit of a hoarder now because I want to keep these, but I know they're just going to clunk up my space. So I think I got to make a second barn or a shed or something for parts. Because I have like a drive belt and an oil filter. The drive belt, it's old, but it works. And the oil filter, it's a brand new oil filter. It's never been used, but it's for like a fucking Dodge Ram or something. And I don't have a Dodge Ram, so I'm just keeping it in case I ever encounter a Dodge Ram, I guess. Yeah, here's some tire ramps too. Here's my breaker. Here's my fire extinguisher. Here's my calendar, which is on December for some reason. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's my shop. Goodbye, amen.